We just got our 6th and final new hero added to Deadlock, and that was Apollo. After 3 weeks of players casting their votes and deciding which character will get released, we finally have all 6 characters in the game now. All these new heroes have been super high quality, and the Deadlock devs have been cooking when it comes to new content in this game. Apollo is a close quarters, high mobility damage dealer, a hero that will most definitely excel in one-on-one combat. In today's video, I'm going to go over all of Apollo's abilities and give some tips on what items you should be buying in your games when you play as Apollo. And at the end of the video, I'm going to go over the most recent update that the Deadlock devs just dropped this morning with some small map updates and some balance changes. So make sure to stay to the end of the video for all those details and hit that subscribe button as I'm on the road to 1,000 subs and I'd appreciate all your help in getting there. To start off, as always, let's go over his abilities. His first ability is called Disengaging Sigil. Draw a sigil sphere in front of you and then leap backwards as it explodes, damaging and slowing enemies caught in it. Pressing the ability button with an enemy in front of you will draw a sigil and then it will explode as you leap backwards. This ability has actually a deceptively large range. When you cast the ability, there is a sphere around you, but what I noticed is that even if the enemy is not within that sphere, it can sometimes still hit them. You can also cast this ability when above an enemy and it will also still hit them. This ability will also hit multiple enemies at once if they are grouped up. His second ability is called Riposte. Prepare to deflect the next incoming attack. On a successful deflection, briefly become invulnerable, performing a dash forward that stuns an enemy and reduces their bullet resist. This ability is basically just counterspell. If you can successfully time this ability to deflect an incoming attack, you will lunge forward and stun that enemy. If the ability is cast too late or too early, you will still get hit by the incoming attack. The follow-up dash that you do when successfully deflecting an attack does have range to it, so it will not teleport you to that enemy who hit you with the attack. His third ability is called Flawless Advance. Perform a series of lunges in any direction, delivering piercing stabs ahead of you. Hold your ability key to time your attacks, dealing more damage the longer it's held. Releasing your attack during the perfect window deals maximum damage. So pressing this ability key will lunge you forward and you will deal damage to the enemy in front of you. You can recast this ability up to 3 times total. Holding the ability key will bring up the timing window. You want to hold and release when the circle is green to do maximum damage. You can control the direction in which you go when casting this ability, and it can also be cast when you're in the air. You can pierce multiple enemies at once, and something to note with this ability is that it's not really a movement ability. Just casting this ability at nothing won't really gain you any momentum and you won't really go anywhere. And finally, we have his coolest ability, his ultimate called Itani Losan. Charge up and perform a long range slash. Struck enemies are cursed and stuck in slow motion. When this effect expires, they suffer devastating damage, dealing bonus damage against half-health enemies. When in slow motion, Apollo is invulnerable and enemies take reduced damage. Hold the ability key again or left click to delay the cast. So just pressing your ability key will charge up the attack and then you'll lunge forward through the enemy and curse them and slow them while also dealing damage. This ability can be pointed in any direction, so you can hit enemies even if they're on the rooftops. There was an important note on the ability description telling you that you can hold the ability key again or left click to delay the cast. In this clip, I cast my ultimate ability and then I held left click. You can hold your ultimate ability in this animation infinitely and then release your left click to unleash the attack in any direction. Your ultimate ability can also go through multiple enemies at once. So if your team has some way of grouping up the enemies, you can cast your ultimate ability to go through all of them at once. When you get hit by this ability, you are briefly cursed, your turn speed is slowed, and your attacks are slowed as well. So now let's go over some items that complement this close quarters, high damage dealing hero that you may want to buy when you play as Apollo in your own games. The core items you want for Apollo are going to be very similar to a hero like Calico. So an item like Cold Front will complement him very well as he's always going to be in the mix, and something like Torment Pulse will also do the same thing. When you're near an enemy, you're just boosting your DPS. And lastly, we have Stamina Mastery. His first ability and third ability complement this item very well as his abilities allow him to stay in the air. Stamina Mastery will allow you to stick on the enemy and deal as much damage as possible while also avoiding their attacks with good movement. So that's going to do it for everything with Apollo, but as I said at the beginning of the video, there was a patch this morning with some map updates and balance changes, so let's just quickly go over those to keep you guys in the loop. The Sinner Sacrifice room on the yellow lane did just get a small update. This room is considered the radio station, so they did add some shelving units, as well as some paintings on the wall and some benches. So this is a pretty clear and obvious sign that the devs are not done updating the map just yet. And on screen now, I'm just going to quickly flash some of the balance changes we got to the new heroes. So feel free to pause the video if you want to read through all these changes to the new heroes. We saw some nerfs to Celeste, a rework to Graves, a buff to Rem, a buff to Silver, and a buff to Venator. So let me know down in the comments what you think of Apollo. Do you think he's balanced? Do you think maybe he's a little overpowered? And now that we have all 6 new heroes in the game, which one is your favorite? Also let me know down in the comments what you think the next update is going to be, because we know the devs definitely have some more updates in the pipeline. Once again, make sure you like the video and subscribe so you do not miss any Deadlock news and updates going forward. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. Later.